Good morning, broadcast crew. Today is Monday, April 13th, 2020. Over the past few days, we've received even more remote segment submissions, and I'd like to share some of the excellent work that you and your peers have created. Take Hubab's North Star DIY on how to make a yummy egg burrito.
This is how to make a really yummy egg burrito. First, warm up a pan. Then you want to add 2 eggs, some salt, pepper, chili powder, and when it starts to look like this, you poke the yolks and start mixing them up so it can scramble. Keep mixing them while you let them cook so they can scramble really well and cook evenly. Then you want to put the eggs onto the tortilla. Then you want to add some cheese. Then you want to roll it like this. Put it back in the pan and let it cook. You want to flip it. Then flip it again. Once you see a little crust, that means you're done. And then eat it and enjoy.
And Neha and Arietta's North Star DIY on how to make a homemade mask.
As COVID-19 still spreads, many people don't have access to surgical masks because they are given to healthcare workers and first responders. The CDC now recommends everyone going out to wear a mask, so we decided to do a DIY on a homemade mask.
First, you need a towel or a cloth or a t-shirt, or you can use a scarf. And then you're gonna need either 2 rubber bands or 2 hair ties. And then you're gonna take one side of the cloth and flip it towards the middle. Same with the top. And then you're gonna flip the bottom side to the top so you can make it smaller. And then we're gonna take one of the hair ties and put them on one side of the cloth and take the other one and do it on this side. And then we're gonna take both parts at the end and fold them in. You can even put this in here so that it'll stay. And then you have yourself a face mask that you can use when you go out to protect yourself.
If you want to watch more videos on how to make a mask, go on YouTube and search up DIY homemade masks.
And Udoka and Shannon's North Star opinion piece on the pros and cons of using Zoom for online learning.
Hi, I'm Udoka Wansi.
I'm Shannon Dwyer.
And today we're going to be talking about Zoom and how Zoom has been used in our classes throughout this whole e-learning process. So basically, you want to talk?
Well, no, you can go ahead.
Okay, so basically Zoom is a video calling platform that teachers have been using to communicate with their students for the past few weeks, and it allows them to do video chats with all of their classes and stuff, and like be able to talk to them and share their screen so they can teach their students while we're doing remote learning and having to like learn from our own home environments.
Yeah, so like I think one pro to using Zoom in general is that like it establishes kind of like the normal feeling of like being in a class with your fellow students and with your teachers and like you're face to face with everyone. So even though we're all at home, like we can still have a little bit of like a togetherness feeling.
True. I agree with that. I feel like Zoom is a really good attempt to try and keep like everyone connected. Like I know in my classes, like we've used Zoom, and it's just, even if we're not doing lectures, it's just been a good way for us to like talk and catch up and like still have like that student to teacher interaction. Although I would say, while that's a pro, a con of using Zoom is that while it is still a good way to connect, it's not quite the same as being in a classroom like with your teacher, and it's not like the same learning environment that you would have like if you're at school and having your teacher like in front of you and talking to you. I feel like because of that, it leaves room for students to be distracted or kind of like detached from learning versus how they would be if they were actually in school.
Exactly. I find myself sometimes I'm guilty of like being on my phone more easily when I'm on Zoom calls because they can't really see me what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, another con we've obviously noticed within our district is like the whole Zoom bombing issue. So like
Zoom.
people are like coming onto the calls, whether they're hacking into it or people are just being trolls and just like doing inappropriate things on calls and disrupting the learning environment.
Yeah, and it's really bad because these kids like feel like they can get away with such things because you can just put a random name on when you join Zoom. Like if you join a call for your class as a guest, then you can just type in a random name, and then that allows students to be anonymous, I guess, and just like put whatever they want like on the call, which isn't good. And it's unfortunate because it disrupts like one of the few opportunities that we have to really like connect and still talk to our classmates and talk to our teachers during this time, which kind of makes it unfortunate.
Exactly. Even though this obviously these like cons come with using Zoom, I think overall it's better than nothing, and we're fortunate to have these modern technologies to use during this pandemic.
Yeah, that's true. So thank you for joining us in our Zoom call.
All right.
So yeah, we're out. Shannon and Udoka. To find out more about how Zoom works and how you can sign up for a free account, check out zoom.us.
Great work so far, everyone. To check out the full-length versions of these student-produced segments, check out northstarnews. Great work so far, everyone. To check out the full-length versions of these student-produced segments, check out northstarbroadcast.org/remote segments. In the meantime, remember our second remote cycle is due this Wednesday, April 15th, 2020 at 3:23 p.m. Please submit your finished remote segments to Google Classroom. Let me know if you have any questions. Stay safe, stay focused, and stay connected. Catch you on the flip side.